Well, Happy New Year to you all. So, I had a wee thing happen there, I just thought I'd share it with you. I went out for a ride there just before Christmas. I'm just short of 400 miles. And great day out, great ride out. No issues with the bike. But wee things you don't notice. Whenever I got back home, I noticed that down the bottom of the engine, over the cam casing, heat shields, passenger floorboard, and on the side of my saddlebags were all oil splattered. You know, and we all know a wee bit of oil, when the wind hits it, can go a long way. So the whole side of the bike underneath there was a complete and utter mess. Absolutely. And I couldn't figure out myself. I was checking the heads, I was checking everything, looking for oil leaks everywhere. So anyway, long story short, what it turned out to be was a couple of months back, I replaced my stock air cleaner for an S&S teardrop. Now, the stock air cleaner is sealed at the back. The S&S teardrop isn't sealed. So the oil coming through the breather was running off the cover down onto the bike. The wind was catching it and it was just splattering the side of the bike. Not a lot of oil, but enough to make a mess and enough to annoy my happiness. So I actually hit Google, hit YouTube, and there was companies selling external breather kits, but they were all like 50 to £100. You know, it's a great bit of money just to put down on that. So naturally, I went on to Amazon and I bought the hose. I bought the catch can, the clamps, and a wee Y connector. I actually got the Y connector from a plastic one because I didn't really see. I wanted a brass one, I couldn't find one the right size, so I nipped up the Napa Auto Parts, and they had a plastic one. So I've temporarily put a plastic one on, but I do want to get a brass one. So lucky enough, the S&S has the banjo bolts, so I was able to remove those breather bolts, position the banjo bolts the way I wanted them, and tighten everything down. If it had been the original breather bolts, the pipes, I would have had to connect straight on and it wouldn't have looked right. So I was lucky enough, if you can use banjo bolts, because I was able to position them and I was able to come across the top of that intake manifold and across the bottom of the intake manifold into the Y, round behind the pipe, and there was a pre-existing drill hole on the frame near the ABS module. It's the 2012 Road King. So I was able to bolt onto that just below the seat. So whenever you put the cover back on the S&S, the pipes are hidden by that one section that just comes out the side and round behind the exhaust, so you hardly notice it, which worked out well. But definitely would recommend, if you don't have a banjo, get the banjo bolts. I was just fortunate enough that the S&S came with them and I had them on, so I was able to tighten everything down, put the catch can and all on. When I get home from work today, what I will do is I'll take another wee video and add it onto this just to show exactly the routing that I took off on that, and then out behind below the seat, and let you see how clean it is, and you don't even notice it, because I noticed that there's a lot of YouTube videos that are on here. They kind of come around underneath and just drop it down, you know, which is fair enough, but it's easy to get up underneath the seat as well, and it keeps it out of the way. I just didn't want anything dangling about down there. It just looked out of place to me, and underneath the seat's kind of hidden, you know. I'll show you the way I routed it. I'm not going to show you how to do it. I mean, you can go onto YouTube here and Google it, and hundreds of videos will come up, hundreds of videos of people doing it, putting it on, depending on the year of the bike, model of the bike. And people who are selling the kits. There's umpteen videos out there. But I'll show you how I routed mine. As I say, mine is a 2012 Road King with 1690 ABS, 103 twin cam. So you should be able to, with my bike, many years and different models take the same thing. You know, you have the Ultra Glide and stuff. Just a wee bit cleaner looking. But I'll put the link for all the stuff that I bought in the description on Amazon, because it cost me less than 20 quid to get it all. And naturally, you know, if you have Prime, it's free shipping, and it was delivered the next day pretty much. And it really didn't cost that much. I mean, 20 quid, 45 minutes to an hour of your own time, you know, and that's it, you're done. And again, I have a link under the end of this, and if you give me a thumbs up and like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, I'll catch you all later. So what I done is I come off this side here, straight down, underneath, and back up to here. And this one here, I come off here and came down to here. Right. It's a plastic Y tube connector. I'll eventually change that over to brass, but Napa Auto Parts, unfortunately, that's all I had in stock. I'll order one online later on. Connected off here, just routed it up through here to here, and that was a pre-existing drilled hole on the frame, so I just came through there, put it on there, and then to empty it, that's it. And it has that wee bit of foam already put into it, and it just unscrews from there. I'll have eventually replaced that cap, or the clamp. Believe it or not, that clamp is an electrician's clamp. I'm right-handed, so it's a bit of a nightmare with a left hand. You know, so this is actually a bonding strip for electricians I put on there until I get a wee clamp. I'll order that too. That's just wee silly things. I just wanted to get it done and get it on, you know. So anyway, that's how I put it on. So it's, I say again, route it up through there, back through there, into the Y. This one comes off, as you see, up to there, and then the other one goes right under, and then up into there. So that's it, guys. That's how I routed it. And as I say, when I take it out for a rerun, I'll let you know. I would appreciate it if you just give me a thumbs up, maybe like and subscribe. You know, I'm just an out boy, just killing time with my coffee break in work, you know. And I'll add the video in of what way I routed it around the Road King. But any recommendations or any comments, if you have done this before, if it works any better, if it does any better, or if you notice a difference or anything like that, or if there's no difference. I do want to keep the S&S on. I just don't want that excess oil dripping down onto the bike, you know. And then it's not so much the oil, it's whenever the wind hits it, it goes everywhere, it coats everything, you know. It makes a mess of the bike, you know. But anyway, I appreciate it. If you give me a like and subscribe, I'd much appreciate it. Anyway, keep it real.